See, everybody talking about so that's boxing at its finest right there. You heard it. They said it. Make that bet. Everything on the line. You know, that's old school right there. That's everything on the line.
Need to know about Gervonta Tank Davis going over to the Benavidez's. That's right, Jose Benavidez Sr. to coach him for his next fight in the fall. And we're talking about October, September.
Tank Davis going over to the Benavidez's. That's right. Jose Benavidez Sr. to coach him for his next fight in the fall. And we're talking about October, September at the earliest. Tank Davis and David Benavidez lock in a massive joint camp ahead of return. Two of boxing's biggest names are teaming up in the gym, and the buzz around this partnership is already heating up. You ain't got to throw hard, broa, just tell him to throw like 7s, 6s, or 7s. Throw hard when you got them. But when everybody's fresh, just touch them. You're a big person, so you ain't got to do a lot. You just jab. Just get them in position. Bing, bing, bing. All right, I'll be back to get that later. Just be patient. Your game will go up 30, 40%. Just on that. A lot of time what you do, you come in, you can see it. And it's not just talk. Jose Benavidez Sr. has been making it official on social media, posting footage of Tank putting in work and even showing off new team merchandise that signals this partnership is very real. And it's official. He's going over to Jose Benavidez Sr., the father of Jose Benavidez Jr., and most notably the father of David Benavidez. I'm not sure if he's completely departing from Calvin Ford to the Lich, but it's official. I just saw Jose Benavidez Sr. Instagram, and on his socials, he's showing Gervonta, Tank Davis working out in this video and announcing and marketing the new Gervonta, Tank Davis on Team Benavidez merchandise. Now, he had a few videos out there showing Gervonta, Tank Davis working out and all those things, and I promise you he could not have made this announcement without Gervonta, Tank Davis's blessing. At the same time, Sean Porter and his crew give Jose Benavidez Sr. his due. He's a solid trainer who's done good work with his sons David and Jose Jr., but they start asking the real questions about whether this move actually makes sense for Tank and how it would all come together in practice. Like, I feel like David Jose can definitely train his son. I'm not sure about what I was going to say. We've seen him train Jose and David, and then also Pacheco and Rio. Jose Rio, yeah. And Pacheco as well, you know. Pacheco isn't with him anymore. And they both are going to have, and yeah, they both are. Yeah. The respect between Tank and David Benavidez has been brewing for a while. They've shown mutual admiration publicly, even during press events for previous cards. And now that this joint camp is official, the excitement is real. There's genuine chemistry between them, and the buzz around this partnership is only building. This is a dream come true for me. You know, I've always been wanting to fight on a card with Gervonta Davis. And now that we got it set up, this is going to be the biggest card of the year. I wanted David Benavidez fight before. I think when he fought Caleb Plant. And at first I didn't know that, you know, he was one of them guys. Till I actually, you know, went to his fight and put the earphones on and, you know, I was close up, so I'm definitely excited to be on a card with someone like him. A guy just like explosive. So I feel as though like even if the June 25th the pay-per-view was $100, it's worth it. And dude, their photo ops together, you can tell that there's a genuine like and respect that they have with each other. On that note, Sean Porter offers some insight into what might be driving Tank's decision, suggesting that for a fighter at his level, personal comfort in the gym and a strong relationship with a trainer can matter just as much as technical expertise, especially when you're already at the top of the game. I feel like he's comfortable with Jose. And telling y'all what I know, sometimes that's all it takes. Whatever's going to get this light flipped up, turned on, and keep it on, sometimes it's comfort. I just need somebody that I feel comfortable with, that I can be myself with, and that, you know, when I'm ready to move, they moving. When they ready to move, I'm moving. I feel like he thinks he has that with Jose. Stepping back for a moment, the conversation turns to Tank's long-standing bond with Calvin Ford, the man who's been in his corner since the very beginning. Sean Zittel and Sean Porter acknowledge Ford's massive role in shaping Tank's career from the early days in Baltimore to the championship level, and how he stuck with him through the ups and downs that come with the territory. I don't add up the beef with him and Calvin Ford really. I guess Calvin may have done an interview or two that Gervonta didn't like, but it's like that made no sense, man. And is a good trainer. Even though Calvin didn't move the needle for Joan Ingram over the weekend. Joan Ingram lost to Devin Cushing. It didn't look like Calvin had a big impact on him winning. And he wound up losing to Devin Cushing. Devin Cushing bigger guy, anyways. But when I saw Truck do that, I go, okay, so Calvin has an imprint. He has a system. There's a way a guy he builds from scratch in the Baltimore amateur program looks. And so that made me lend more credence to Calvin's work. Now Eddie Hearn has weighed in on all the lightweight drama, and he's not impressed. He brushes off the constant social media back and forth between Shakur, Haney, and Tank as unproductive noise, and makes it clear that the real miss is the failure to make a rematch between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. I don't really know, I can't keep up with it. You know what I mean? Because one day he's fighting him, then he's fighting him, then he wants to fight him. It's like it's Devin against Raleigh, then it's Raleigh against someone else, then it's Devin against Keyshawn. Now it's Tank against Devin, then it's Shakur against Tank. I don't know. I mean, can we just see something? Which one has the most probability of happening? Out of all of that you just said? Shakur Devin? Honestly, none of them. Eddie Hearn argued that it's the biggest fight the lightweight division has to offer, given their history and the bad blood still lingering between them. He points out that while everyone seems obsessed with chasing top fighter, the real money fight and the one that makes the most sense is sitting right there, waiting to be made. And it's crazy that no one's pulled the trigger yet. Let me tell you this, right? The fight that should be happening, this is the most idiotic thing that this fight is not happening, is Ryan Garcia against Devin Haney. That is the fight with the narrative and the history and the beef, and like the first fight, the drugs test, the fathers. Like that's the biggest fight out there. Yeah. But, the problem is at the moment, these guys, and good luck to them, they want to price themselves out where the numbers don't work or exist. So, the money that Devin would want to fight Tank. Schofield is accusing Tank of avoiding the real challenge and suggesting that Haney talk is just a distraction to keep fans from asking the tough questions. They're making it clear that they believe Tank is looking for safer options, and they're not shy about calling out what they see as a pattern of smoke and mirrors. It's the kind of war of words that adds heat to the division, even if the actual fights haven't been signed yet. It's a duck. A duck is a duck. He just needed a big diversion to make people believe, to look away from him ducking his mandatory person. He ducked us before he had the Roach fight, too. He ducked us over a year. So, a duck is a duck. That's all I can say. 'Cause if Keyshawn's supposed to be fighting Devin, music, why he calling out Devin? If he not moving up to fight Shakur, why he calling out Shakur? And he has a mandatory. So, he preferred to give up his belt. So, thank you. We have no problem becoming the world champion, the boogeyman on the left. He, music, ran. So, that's all that, A__A, is smoke and mirrors. They've been calling each other out for years now. All of them. Has it ever happened? Schofield questions the legitimacy of the reported Davis-Haney negotiations, pointing out that if a mandatory title defense is already on the books, it doesn't add up that Tank would be free to explore other options at the same time. He seems to be calling out the law. If the WBO mandated a fight, they can't, Devin and them can't be negotiating with nobody. Can't be getting offered a he got to be negotiating with Keyshawn cause they got like 30 days to come to an agreement. So, does that fight need a title on the line? No, it don't need no title on the line. Number 1, if the WBO mandated it, it's a